Okay, so the question from the client is basically what's the difference between the Sargent 56 prefix and the 58 prefix? The 56 prefix is defined as remote dogging slash electric latch retraction. Okay, so a 56 is going to allow you to pull the latch back. Electric latch retraction is literally pulling the latch back. And that would be used like in an automatic door operator. You know, access control. Somebody swipes their card, latch pulls back, you open the door. Automatic door operators. You know, you hit the actuator. Those are doors that have an automatic operator or a door that does, and you need to pull that latch back before the door can open. Electric latch retraction. Being able to hold the latch back, remote dogging, they're calling it. Okay, the remote dogging is a bit odd, but when the question evolves into how is the 56 prefix different than the 58 prefix, which is the 58 is electric dogging, you start to think to yourself, well, a dogged device is dogged. The latch bolt is held back, the touchpad is depressed. Wouldn't it work? Wouldn't electric dogging work in electric latch retraction applications? There's a large difference in list price. A large difference, over almost a $500 difference between electric latch retraction, the 56, and electric dogging, which is the 58. So the question is what's the difference and why can't I use one over the other? Let's move through this and discover exactly what the heart of the matter is. Architectural Builder Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
Question on an 8500 series device.
Absolutely.
Customer has asked me to explain the difference between the 56 and the 58 prefix.
So weird. I know you didn't just call, but I've had two people just call in with the same question. It's very,
yeah, well,
I don't know if
you know what?
somebody's asking people the same question, but...
No, somebody asked me, and, my answer was, well, one's for dogging and the other's for latch retraction, and will dogging pull...
Yeah.
They're not the same, but I wasn't comfortable with my grasp of...
Yeah.
Okay, so... Please help me.
Yeah. So, well, I'm going to help you as best I can, and who could help you? I don't know if you spoke to our electromechanical group yet, but they'll be able to talk a lot more intelligently and in depth about it on the electronics itself and what you could do with it. Because again, 56 latch retraction typically meant for your card read in, open the door, locks behind you.
Right.
Dogging is, they say, for auditorium stuff like that, where you're leaving it electronically retracted for a longer period of time. So those are the main differences. However, I'm nearly positive you have the option to leave it dogged open electrically with the 56 as well, like in addition. So that's why I really would want you to speak to electromechanical just so they could offer you more in-depth differences if there are any more. But again, I know the dogging, I just don't think you could use it, single time use at all. It's just to leave it open or to lock it, and 56 is the one-time use, as well as I'm pretty sure you can keep it dogged open like the 58.
Does the 58 pull the touch bar in?
It does, to my knowledge. Let me just double check that that's how it actually retracts, even with the 56.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, the push rail is depressed, continuously holds push rail down, and the latch retracted. When the device de-energizes or power is interrupted, latch will extend, as well as the push bar.
For the 58 electric dogging.
That's for 58, yep.
Yeah. May I speak to electromechanical?
Yeah, of course. I could get you right over there.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate
you
helping. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye. Good. May I ask you a question on an 8500 series device?
Sure.
Clients asking to explain the difference between the 56 and the 58 prefix, and I'm not comfortable with the way I answered the client. If you want to dog it, use the dogging. If you want access control electric latch retraction, use electric latch retraction. But I wasn't comfortable with, basically saying that to the customer because I don't understand the difference.
Okay. Oh, that's first of all, that's a perfect answer. But to just put a little bit more background in it so it makes more sense to you and the customer, the biggest difference is when you electrify a 56, it's pulling the latch in for you. Perfect for an operator, perfect for access control. With the 58, when you power that 58, it does absolutely nothing. All it's doing is powering an electromagnet in the bar. Mm-hmm. It's waiting for you to push that bar for it to make contact, and then it will keep it dogged. So it's a lot like mechanical dogging, except it's electric, meaning we're going to hold it with electricity, but we're not going to pull it in. That's latch retraction.
Beautiful. Oh, perfect. It's when you liberate yourself from ignorance, it's really nice in our industry. It really is. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. Well, I promise the next time I call, I will attempt to find something more challenging, because that was an underhand pitch for you, I can tell.
Well, I've just been doing it long enough, but honestly, we all start somewhere. We all learn one thing at a time, and I would rather have you calling and asking the question than your customer calling and saying, "Hey, why isn't this retracting the latch with the 58?" Because it's not supposed to.
Well, thank you very much for taking my call, and I will forward this data to the client so they have as much clairvoyance as I do now about it. So thank you very much.
No problem. You have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program. Okay, so we just had a very enlightening conversation in that the 56 is electric latch retraction. I have the installation instructions here for a 56. We're not going to dive into it because all it really does is just talk about the fact that it's electric latch retraction. Okay. And this 12-page wiring, installation and wiring instructions, gives you everything you need to know. But it's important to note that the exit device, let's just say that it's fail secure. When there's no power, the latch is engaged in the strike. But there is a reference in the instructions to verify the push rail can be fully depressed and the latch is fully retracted. Verify the push rail can be fully depressed and the latch is fully retracted. So you're making sure that it mechanically works, that the rail actually depresses and that action pulls the latch back completely. Okay. That's how an exit device works. That's how electric latch retraction works in terms of pulling the latch back. But the difference is this, as you heard, and it's in the instructions. So here's the 58. That's electric dogging. And right at the top of page 1, and I was told in DHI years ago, when you're supplying material to someone, look at the installation instructions, read them. Read the template. And I didn't read the installation instructions, and had I, and I think I'm as guilty as anyone else of just getting overly confident, because the nuance between electric dogging and electric latch retraction, you're thinking it's probably the same, but back to the instructions. The 58 clearly says when the 58 prefix, electric dogging, is energized, And here's the crucial thing. And the rail is depressed. And that's what the tech support gentleman was clarifying for us. When he said that it's exactly like dogging, like mechanical dogging, electric dogging is exactly like mechanical dogging, where you energize or you close the circuit, and then you have to push the rail. And that's why electric dogging cannot function as electric latch retraction, or what they call remote dogging, because a physical act is required. So when the 58 prefix electric dogging is energized and the rail is depressed, it will continuously hold the push rail down and latch in an unlocked or dogged position. When the device is de-energized, power is interrupted, circuit is opened, the latch will extend, and obviously the touchpad will come out as well. Let's wrap up this video on camera. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. So once again, the extremely fine folks at Sargent's technical support department knocked the ball out of the ballpark again. I had a customer a couple of days ago call and ask about an 18-inch backset on just a mechanical lock, and well, I called Schlage and they said it wouldn't work, and I called Yale and they said it wouldn't work, and I called Sargent, and the client said the lady on the phone basically, he made it seem like she was rude. Well, I have never experienced anything other than expert, total command over the subject matter when it comes to Sargent. And this is just a day in the life for the culture of excellence at Sargent and their tech support department. This company is 150 plus years old, for sure that old, and has been making hardware that long, for sure. Fun fact, it may have been, I forget the gentleman's first name, James Sargent. When he started his factory, I think in New Haven, Connecticut, or thereabouts, growing his business, building his business, had immigrants working there. What company in the United States didn't in the Industrial Revolution, or doesn't have immigrants working there? Well, these immigrants that he had working there that were doing the finer aspects of the work being done, I'm not sure what, maybe finishing or who knows what, they were of Italian descent. Well, Mr. Sargent flew to Italy and said, all of you right here, come with me. He brought, I think the story is a couple of dozen Italians as workers, and that, I'm told, is the reason why there is such a strong, populated community of folks of Italian descent in that part of Connecticut, because of Sargent. Anyway, that I learned through my the locksmithing half of the world that I live in as well. But just fun fact. So Sargent, thank you very much for the tech support. You've completely clarified why a 58 is electric dogging and cannot be a 56 electric latch retraction. Could you use a 56 to dog the device? Sure, you could, but why would you encounter all that extra money? You're skipping the step of physically having to push the device, meaning you are knowingly, you're knowingly retracting the latch, but what will be the time delay on electric latch retraction? How would you set that up? So they're inherently different functions when you start to think about, one does this, the other does this, which was my initial answer, but now we understand the why behind it. So thank you very much. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.